Did you think, Tank? Did you think he was nervous when he flinched when you shot at him in the face off, or do you think that was just him being like
Yeah, he was
reflexive?
nervous. He was nervous. He was nervous.
Did you think, Tank? Did you think he was nervous when he flinched when you shot at him in the face off, or do you think that was just him being like
Yeah, he was
reflexive?
nervous. He was nervous. He was nervous.
You know, I can't help. I keep going over this. You know, the Flinch. People saying that he's from Flinch, Michigan, and all that. Frank's from Flinch, Michigan. But that Flinch, what does it all mean? You know, I'm just thinking about it over and over. Like, would I have flinched? Right? Well, if I'm about to fight, I would flinch. If we are in a situation where somebody look like, you know, we're about to fight, I would flinch. And I mean that's what you do to protect. That's a natural response, okay? But this isn't a situation where you're about to fight. So that is nerves. When you're about to fight and you flinch, those are nerves. You're ready. Why was Frank so ready? Was he standing there anticipating what Tank will do? And with that, I mean, obviously with him flinching, either consciously or subconsciously, either way, he was anticipating what Tank would do. Those are nerves. And in a situation, in a press conference, there's not much. Y'all wouldn't fight now. Y'all wouldn't fight. There's not much Tank would do, unless you've been looking at Tank and you see him as somebody. Okay, he pushed Rolly off the stage. He had that little arm tussle with. He kind of roughed up Hector Garcia. He shoved Pitbull Cruz. He pushed Gamboa. He's good for laying his hands on fighters, and it's not always the weigh-in. He also does in a press conference. So Frank he could have been consciously anticipating that, and with that, you would think he would have been more aggressive himself, step into Tank like touch me. No, Tank was stepping forward and he was constantly stepping back. Then Tank feinted and he flinched, and that's why he laughed. Because that was an exclamation mark saying, I've been telling you the whole time that you're nervous, you're shaking, and it's proof that you're nervous. The thing is, how does that play out in the fight? Gervonta, if you look at his interviews after that, he's pretty calm about it because he's confident about it. He's very secure about it. And like I said, he seemed to have been insecure about the fact that Frank got a good shot off on him in sparring. And now he seems to be more at peace and at ease after the flinch. So he definitely feels secure about it. He feels confident about it, but he's not running away with that. He's not getting carried away with that because he knows he has enough experience and he understands he still has to fight, be calculated, think throughout the fight. So for Tank, the flinch was nothing but a positive for Tank, as far as and the way Tank processes the fight. As far as Frank Martin, though, what does that do for him in this big fight, big stage, and this is going viral? The flinch is going viral. What does that do for him? Does that make him want get back? Does that make him overthink about not wanting get back? Even that is too much. That moment was a definitely that was the moment of the press conference, and it's an A+ moment for Gervonta Tank Davis. For Frank, I wonder how he handles that. I wonder how he goes into the fight. The fight is only going to get bigger and bigger for him as he as he enters the arena. It gets more and more real as he goes through the crowd and start entering the ring, and then when the bell rings, all those are nerves until he gets a chance to be settled in. It's Gervonta Tank Davis's job to not let Frank get settled in. Frank has a chance to win the fight. He definitely does. But he doesn't have a chance to win the fight if he's not confident. it's up to Gervonta Tank Davis to make sure that now that he has this advantage and he has Frank nervous or thinking about the flinch and all these things getting in his head, it's up to him to continue to apply that pressure in the fight. And that doesn't mean physical pressure, it means mental pressure. On top of physical pressure, yes, but definitely mental pressure. And when it doesn't mean Tank should approach this fight as a pressure fighter, because I think Frank can definitely take advantage of that, and I think he did in sparring when Tank came in overzealous and think he was going to just run over Frank, and Frank caught him with that clean shot. That stayed on Tank's mind, definitely. But a mental pressure, giving angles, giving feints, hit him with a hard shot to the body. You know what I mean? All those things. Showing elements to his game, showing blazing fast hand speed that makes Frank say, man, I gotta worry about his speed. With the roar of the crowd and all those things, he has to keep that mental pressure on top of Frank. I wonder what y'all think in the comments. I got a lot in my live commentary, and we're going to continue on collaborating with PBC for the rest of the week. And I got a lot of you guys, you know, on this side of the take, but I want to hear others who may think that flinch means absolutely nothing, or you are happy about Frank coming back with the left. And Frank said the left was right there. The left was right there. Him repeating that to me was him trying to get a victory out of the flinch. He knew, you know, when you flinch, it's embarrassing. For any man, it's embarrassing, bro. Any warrior, rather. I'm sorry. Not to make it a gender-specific thing, but any warrior, anybody with pride, that's embarrassing. I would love to know what y'all think in the comments below. Showbiz the adult. I just think Gervonta has this moment here. It was the moment of this. I don't think a moment going to get better than that for the rest of this media week, unless something else happens crazy in the weigh-in and Gervonta try to capitalize on it. Hey, that's another question. Will Frank try to get some get back in the weigh-in, meaning that now that's living rent-free in his head? Would he try to get a push in, try to feint at, or will Frank say, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep my reserve. And then Tank pours it on more. Either way, Tank is a good people reader. And that's why I say he has very high IQ. He's going to read Frank to see what his energy's like. And if he's looking at Frank and say, oh, Frank is trying to stay poised, he's going to try it again. Let's see how Frank responds to that. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. Showbiz adult. I'm out.